Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Madrid Hub again. I'm your host, Dr. JOTA. And yes, last night I couldn't upload a video because I was running something and it was a little bit complicated. I ran out of time, so I didn't have time to upload the latest news about Real Madrid. But don't worry, guys, because there was nothing really important, nothing that you have missed that in regards to the players or the side. So today I will be talking about more stuff, and if there's something that comes to my mind that reminds me that was important yesterday, I will share it with you, but I don't think so. Today we have three different stories regarding to number one, the next game that we play against Granada and all the possible changes we might see in the lineup of Carlo Ancelotti that is so important. And also I will be talking about two specific names in Real Madrid for different reasons. The first one is going to be Eden Hazard, and of course the second one is going to be Eduardo Camavinga, just because he will have apparently a great opportunity to be lined up in the Carlo Ancelotti side for the next game against Granada. And at the end of the video I will be talking about the magnificent response from Florentino Perez to right now in Real Madrid there is the next November the 20th we have the super big meeting with Florentino Perez and the rest of the partnerships, the rest of the members of Real Madrid club, right? So what they are doing right now, it is kind of super small meetings with different people, fans and members and stuff like that, and they are pretty much talking about everything about what is going on in Real Madrid when it comes to signings and the project and Carlo Ancelotti's size, the team and all this stuff, right? Okay, so one of these persons, it was a woman, had the opportunity to ask Florentino Perez to sign in Kylian Mbappe, and apparently his response was so funny because he said exactly what he said when he was in El Chiringuito back in June, I think back in June or May, when he said, relax, everybody relax. It's like Florentino Perez knows everything, and of course he apparently is giving an image of a person who is really sure about what is going to happen to Kylian Mbappe and the signing for Real Madrid, right? So there's nothing to be worried about, and there's nothing that pushed my mind to change a little bit and think that maybe Kylian Mbappe will not play for Real Madrid, you know what I'm saying? So the answer to me is another affirmation that Kylian Mbappe will play for Real Madrid. But this is a story that we'll tell you all in the end of the video. So let me get started with the most important, which is of course the next game that we have against Granada on Sunday, because as you probably know, the most important for now, it is all the players coming back to Madrid in different conditions, right? For example, David Alaba, Casemiro, Eden Hazard and also Thibaut Courtois have played less than expected for different reasons. Casemiro was booked with the yellow card and he was not allowed to play against Argentina, so he rested a little bit more. He came back to Madrid, and same thing for David Alaba and of course Eden Hazard and Thibaut Courtois, who both of them apparently had kind of minor injuries or they were not in good shape, good condition to play the next game of Belgium. So they had permission to come back to Madrid and start to work out and train in Madrid in Valdebebas, right? And actually Eden Hazard showed up ahead of time and he was in the training ground with the rest of the teammates, which is something that Los Madridistas really like, because every time you see a player that is really committed to the team and is working hard and all the stuff, it is something that you like. I mean, what I don't know is all these signals, all these changes will change anything in his situation, but it's still something that is really worth it for me because he's a Madridista. I like to see my players committed to the team and working hard and all this stuff. So as far as the game, as far as the Granada Real Madrid, let me tell you, Carlo Ancelotti might dosify some of the most important players. And when I say some of the most important players, I'm talking about Thibaut Courtois. He might be on the bench next Sunday, so Lunin has the first chance to play in Real Madrid this season, because it was something that Carlo Ancelotti promised him months ago, but it still hasn't happened yet, right? So that is number one. Number two, Militao might start from the bench, and they are saying that Nacho might occupy his spot in the lineup of Real Madrid next Sunday, which is good, because of course Militao is a great player, but he has been playing every single minute in Real Madrid and also in Brazil. So we have to dosify the player a little bit more. And then if we move forward, apparently Luka Modric might have some rest as well, and then Camavinga will have the opportunity to play in the lineup. But Modric has been playing everything with Real Madrid and also with Croatia, and of course he needs a rest, and apparently Carlo Ancelotti might give him some rest and start the game from the bench for Luka Modric. And the same thing for Karim Benzema. Okay, Karim Benzema had another rest against Elche, which is good, it's fine, totally fine, but he is still, I mean, not injured, but he's very close to that area when the players get into the red zone and then get injured and all the stuff. So Carlo Ancelotti might dosify as well to the French player and say, hey, you rest this time, go to the bench. You will be on the game though, but you will start from the bench, and then Luka Jovic will be in your position, which is something that, you know, I think that it is very interesting, because before the transfer market opens in January, we still have to know what is going to happen to Luka Jovic, because nobody really knows if Carlo Ancelotti is still really interested in keeping the player in Real Madrid, just because the last time he had the opportunity to line the player up, it was against Elche, and he lined up to Mariano against all the odds, because everybody was expecting for Luka Jovic to be in the lineup, but it was Mariano Diaz. So I don't know what is going to happen. What is pretty sure though, and this is the second story, is that Eden Hazard will not be there in the lineup of Real Madrid against Granada, because, I mean, although he has been trying his best to be in the best shape and come back from Belgium and show up in the training ground and you know, and train with the rest of the teammates and all the stuff ahead of time, I don't think that there is many more chances for Eden Hazard to reverse the situation, his situation in Real Madrid. To me, Carlo Ancelotti has taken a decision already, and to me, Eden Hazard will be out of Real Madrid as long as we get another offer from, you know, whether Newcastle, Chelsea, or even Tottenham, I don't know. But in my opinion, Real Madrid right now, within Real Madrid, what the board members think is, if we get a good offer from Eden Hazard, we have to get rid of the player, because you never know what is going to happen. I mean, now imagine that the player start to, you know, play incredible, he works out incredibly good, he loses a couple pounds and stuff like that. Even with that, you don't really know if that is just true or it's just something temporary, you know what I'm saying? So there's no point in keeping the player in, you know, in his insane salary one more season, when you know that is, I mean, it might be just a oasis, no, like something that can happen for a couple months or maybe 4 weeks, and that's it, and then he comes back to the same thing, right? So I think that Eden Hazard has already had opportunities enough to show everybody he's a great player. He didn't take advantage from him though. So in my opinion, what we have to do, if we get a good offer, my opinion is we have to get rid of the player as well, and that is something that is surrounding the minds of some of the board members in Real Madrid right now. So to me, 70% chance Eden Hazard will leave Real Madrid next January, next transfer window market. So let's see what happens, but that is what I think that is going to happen. So now, in regards to Camavinga, and this is very related to the situation with Eden Hazard and all the players that Carlo Ancelotti has to dosify for the next game, it is okay, Camavinga might be lined up and replace Luka Modric in the midfield of Real Madrid against Granada. And I think that is a very good opportunity for him, because as you know, over the last month and a half, he didn't have so many opportunities, because he started from the bench the most of the teams, and also he got, you know, Ancelotti told him that he was not liking what he was doing, which is pretty much to lose position and miss a little bit control of the situation, and that is what Carlo Ancelotti really doesn't like it from Eduard Camavinga. So if he has another chance right now to be there, then Eduard Camavinga can show the Carlo Ancelotti that has absorbed every single idea he wants for him to play in Real Madrid. And then Camavinga, that's why I'm telling you all guys, Camavinga is in front of a very big opportunity for him to show Carlo Ancelotti that he is reliable enough and trustful enough to be there in the side of Real Madrid, in the Real Madrid squad. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what is going to happen though, because you never know. Maybe Carlo Ancelotti is thinking a different way or another player or whatever, but to me Camavinga should take advantage from this opportunity, because there won't be so many chances for him in Real Madrid. And as you know, I mean, you guys know how the things work in Real Madrid. If you don't work, if you don't take advantage from your opportunities, I mean, you're out, right? So Camavinga has to be careful and then try to take advantage from all the opportunities that he has. So let's see what happens. And of course, the last story I have for you all guys, it was the assembly with the members of the Real Madrid club. It was maybe a meeting of about 100 people, eating and talking and all the stuff, and Florentino Perez was there, and there was a woman who dared to ask the president for signing into Kylian Mbappe right quick. And his response was incredibly funny and hilarious, because he said, relax. The same thing he said in El Chiringuito back in the month of May when he was asked about the signing of Kylian Mbappe, and he said, relax, like, man, I control everything, don't worry about anything, because Kylian Mbappe will play in Real Madrid. And there are so many voices out there claiming Florentino Perez is so obsessed with the signing of Kylian Mbappe that there's no chance for Paris Saint-Germain to retain the player just because the player wants to play in Real Madrid, but also Florentino Perez also wants the player to play in Real Madrid. And when something becomes an obsession for Florentino Perez, there's nothing can stop him. So to me, there is, I don't know, maybe 80-90% chance to see how Florentino Perez make this happen and sign into Kylian Mbappe for the next season. So cross fingers and just wait, because it's just 1 month to see how Kylian Mbappe signs a pre-agreement with Real Madrid. So now let me know your thoughts about that. Just comment in the section below. And